Lemba Chicken Chamin Mkheto, aka Big Warren, and a whole bunch of other AKAs. The Sobering Podcast, Season 9, Episode
3.
Tres. Yes, sir. It's Big Fred, aka Young Chippies, because I rap in facts. Did you know?
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's
Okay.
nice. That's nice. That's
Okay.
nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. It's been a while since we got like a That's nice.
You back
That's
up
nice.
now.
I told you we had to wait for the guests. Come on.
Did you know elevated?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, nice one.
Kiki to a fit. Kalibi to a fit.
Ooh. Yo. You got a fire guest.
Return guest.
Yeah. Sobering alumni.
We haven't seen him in 7 years.
Return guest.
Shit, it has been 7
Has it been 7 years?
About
Golly.
7 years.
Shit, that's crazy.
You might be one of the first ones on video, but like lightweight video.
Yeah.
Lightweight video.
One shot.
One
One
shot.
shot. One
Yeah.
angle.
Yeah.
One angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, that's crazy. Because how many episodes in were you guys when we did that one?
I think it
That
might
was
have
like
been
the third.
second season.
Might have been the third season.
Yeah.
Because he joined us like third, ne?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I think he joined second towards third, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, but yeah, we're still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's still
Yeah,
in
and
that-
then we come
in
top
that-
nyana man in the shower, bro.
It's student Bryanston there.
Yeah.
Yo,
That shit was
man.
crazy.
Bro,
That's crazy.
come on, man. This dude, you know,
Do
needs
the
no
man
introduction.
justice. Come on, man.
Needs no introduction, you know what I mean? Gave you water. You know what I mean? Walking on
Dripping.
water.
Dripping.
You know what I mean? Might have cleared your girl Shein card. He might have.
You know? I mean, Sodi knows.
You know? Come on, man. Gave you, it was like birthing reality TV in South
I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
History.
Cream Cartel.
I mean, historical.
Come on.
Historical.
Come on.
Oh, damn, we might have fathered 2 schools.
Come on, dog. Like this,
more than
man.
More than 2, bro.
You know what I mean?
It's quite a lot.
More than 2.
It's crazy.
You know,
Cream Cartel and then Boys and Bugs.
Bro,
Yeah.
old school Vans.
But like, also, I'm gonna keep.
I'm going to keep Geek Generation. Yeah.
And then
yeah,
Vans, as you say,
You know
all
what I
over
mean?
the
Yeah, yeah,
taxis.
yeah.
all over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
taxis.
I mean, there
People
was
calling
there
them
was a time.
Stilos.
Yeah.
Gave you a pose.
Yeah.
People thought you were sleeping. And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Crazy.
Yeah.
They
been
want to
a
pose
while,
like
yo.
Stilo.
It's been a
It's been a
minute.
while.
It's been a minute.
You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Got his name from a Frat Pack song.
Yeah, I got my name from a frat pack joint.
I mean,
Oh,
come
really?
on. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's the
Stilo.
first time.
Yeah.
The first time I've switched from chalk to stilo.
Yeah.
I was on a frat pack.
Yeah.
joint.
Oh, dope.
Man,
That's
historical,
TCOB, ne?
man.
Yeah,
TCOB, man.
Oh, TCOB. That's
Yeah.
it. Fem Love, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, welcome, Stilo
Welcome.
Magolide, man.
Thank
Come
you
on.
for having me. Shit, that's lit. Oh man, that's dope. That's dope.
Like we said, 7 years. Where do we even begin?
Well, I haven't been back since then.
You've been busy since then.
Yo, talk about it.
Been very busy.
know that
Copious amounts
Yeah.
of projects.
But y'all good though?
We good,
We
man.
maintain it, man. We maintain
All
it.
good, man.
Yeah, look good.
Thank you,
Maintain.
man.
I
Thank
mean, you looking good, man.
Yeah.
Never
Thank
slipped.
God.
Never
You know-
been.
Yeah.
Thank God. I thank
Never.
God. I thank God. I thank God, man. At the time, the rest is just, you know what I mean? The rest is just practice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a day at a time, bro. But I'm good otherwise. I'm good otherwise. I'm happy to be here.
Just before we get into your stuff and whatnot, there's an ongoing thing that we have here that we don't count you when we count stylish rappers.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
fair.
not
fair.
It's not fair on the other kids.
Oh, stylish rapper.
Yeah.
Why?
It's not fair on the
Not
other.
fair the other ones.
Why?
No, it's just
Nah,
you.
it's
You've
not.
been.
We say you're a designer who raps.
Yeah, you're up there.
Yeah, but then I think it eliminates the fact that, you know, when you say it's like, for example, it's like, if I say you were a chef,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Who serves, right? Some people that it gives people the option to say, oh, he's a waiter.
So you a waiter?
So you want to be a fly waiter?
No. So instead of, it's either you're gonna just leave it at the first title, right?
Yeah.
Or keep it at the second title and treat them differently, because an architect who designs clothes is still a designer. Because Virgil was a designer and an architect.
Truth.
You know what I mean?
I hear it.
I hear you. But to be fair to the
hear
other
you.
kids,
Yeah.
we will not include you in that.
Yeah.
But life's not fair.
Nah, man. It's like in the realm of getting fly, right? It's like let's say if we're talking about rappers and then you still want to mention like Hove. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Like you're not gonna mention Hove and Nas and whatnot because you know what I mean. They're so far gone and
They're Hall of
You know what I
Fame.
mean? They really Hall of Fame. You know?
I hear you.
Do you want to be held in that conversation knowing how rappers dress, what they do, and you've been on some other shit that is still not on now? Like, do you wanna? Is it fair game to you?
I think, yo, man, sometimes you wanna. Sometimes I feel like Neymar. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes you wanna go back to Santos. You wanna have the flair. You want you know what I mean? You want the, you know, money Mitch.
Yeah.
If I need a game, will they still love me, man? Yeah. It's that energy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that. It's not that I want to compete to beat you. Sometimes I'm trying to compete because I enjoy the game. You know what I mean? It's LeBron at 40 putting up 50,000 points.
Amazing.
Nice one.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
You got your peers. I mean, you got your peers.
I got
in
no
the game.
peers. No, that's the
Do
problem.
you think now it's like
Never had. The more I go back into my history and myself, I realize I actually never had any.
so you've been the flyest?
Bro, I've been ahead. Like, think about the stuff the shoots that we did with you back in the day.
Yeah.
That's like maybe what the Rick Owens looks are right now. And that's like, then.
2013.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, it's like, I don't think that I have peers in this particular realm. Like, there's guys that get fly, and because for me, getting fly is across board. You know what I'm saying? It's like even like with music. If you say you're a good musician, are you a good musician across board? There's a good rapper. There's there's entertainers, whatever. But across board is a different conversation.
But then there you go. You said it. If you don't have peers, then what are the kids gonna do? What are they gonna say?
No, they can try. Like Neymar's still playing with the guys at Santos.
Nah, man. Let the kids have it. Let the kids have it.
No.
Man.
It's tough for them, though.
I love it for them.
It's tough for them when they put you in there. Because some of them you used to dress even. So they can't even. You know what I'm saying?
I love it for them. I like to see like the evolution of different like vibes, sounds, merge of cultures, the separation of the growth of cultures. I like to see where it goes because I feel like it breaks up, it comes together, it shapes up all the time. So, you know what I mean? I guess it's a sport at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know?
100%. Well, with that being said, who you think can get him fly now?
From the kids?
Yeah.
Across the game, actually.
Give me like a top 5, then I can, because I can't think of
we,
one.
We were having our own.
Yeah.
I can't think of one at the top of my head, like, but I don't know, man. Also, you know what the problem is? Right now, I think it's gone back to an identity crisis moment where people are struggling with silhouettes, man.
Sure.
A lot of the kids are struggling with silhouettes, like, and it's very important to kind of like know what you're into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always like, one of my biggest things is that in everything you do have a base. Like if hip hop's your base, or if I'm a lawyer, that's my base. You know what I mean? I'm an architect, or whatever it is. Have your base, and then you can grow from that and go into different pockets. A lot of these kids don't have a base. So therefore, without the base, they just clinging on to whatever's a look or a trend or whatever. So if somebody has to wear a bikini as a look, that's the
next
wave.
thing.
Or it ends up looking like a costume on them.
It's costumes. Everybody's rocking costumes.
Cosplaying.
Everybody's cosplaying.
I think the Y2K aesthetic sometimes can lean towards costuming.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know if I was having it with you guys, this conversation that I think in Joburg, a lot of people are wearing, but none of them own it. Like it doesn't look.
Yeah,
like,
white
I had
you
this
can-
But you can't own something you actually don't know.
If
Yeah,
it's
it
not your
doesn't look-
thing,
Yeah, it's insanity.
yeah.
You know when somebody's just like, oh, I see what you were doing, what you're
Yeah.
trying to do, where it's not, where it's just like it doesn't look natural or
Yeah.
or whatever. So I feel like that's what most of the kids.
I think it's across board. It's like even like I even think like the samba aesthetic. That's cosplaying to me because it's like I was having this conversation with Bogisi last week. Like we were in the hood and I was telling there was a guy that there was this OG was rocking G-Star, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is fly. And I was just thinking about like the G-Star pieces I got. I'm like, I don't really be rocking G-Star like that. Like not like it doesn't fit into my aesthetic, right? But how he rocked it, I was like, it's fly, and I get it. Then another big homie came through, and he was also like G-Star head to toe. And I asked him, like, yo, man, no disrespect, but I'm just trying to find out, like, why G-Star? You know what I'm saying? Because when I was growing up, Diesel was the thing, and you know what I'm saying? So why G-Star? He took offense to it. He thought maybe I was sizing him up because I'm dressed in whatever. I'm like, bro. Then he tried to tell me that he can outdress me. I'm like, bro, I don't want to talk about clothes in that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never been for that particular sport. But if you want to go into that sport, I'll tell you now, you will never win.
You will lose.
Ever. Like, you will never win. Like, it's something that you just
don't want to do.
you will never win. Like, maybe try something else.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you do, whatever that you know you do personally, maybe you're a good chef. Or
Something else,
something
bricklayer,
else.
whatever.
Let's not talk about things that you know that you'll never win. Like in your mind, you're sizing it up. I can't look at you and tell you that I have better pieces. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of person that I look at it like this. Everybody around me has a piece I like. Maybe not on them, but with them at their crib.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So it's a never-ending thing.
Yeah.
So when you look at it as you're the final boss,
Right, there's a problem.
it's a different one. Because I say
Yeah.
I'm the final boss because I know that if there's 10 of us, 9 of y'all probably want more things from me than I want from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's our pros and cons. So at the end of that conversation, he felt like, but he realized that, yo, this is
another
yo,
beast.
he's serious.
Yeah.
He's serious. He's like,
He's
never.
not playing.
I said, bro, I'm just trying to understand the science.
Yeah.
The other homie said, I'm not even trying to entertain this. I'm going to step aside.
Yeah.
Then he called me to the side and he's like, yo, yeah, I know, don't I am, you know, Mina, I understand. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, he's stubborn. I'm like, dog, it's not about that. Just explain why you
G-Star.
Why G-Star?
Why G-Star? That was the
rest-
question. Yeah.
The rest is nothing. dog. We could have actually built something in this conversation. We could have understood where maybe this thing is going next.
Yeah.
But because you're stubborn, you took that negative energy, probably went to the next location and said, some idiots thought I don't get fly.
Look at all the girls around me.
You know what
They're
I'm
telling me I'm not getting fly.
You know, because for me, I even say this all the time. I remember I said this to Latum. I said, dog, different elements of like different scenes and different eras of fashion will teach you different elements of how to dress. So if you were ever a fan of like a Ralph Lauren, right, you know that you have to go Ralph Lauren to the underwear, right? So, and the funniest thing is that he was like, yo, yeah, for sure. And then he pulled out, like, on top of like rocking his brand, he pulled out the low lives. And I'm like, oh, but that's something that you have to experience. You can't adopt it because it's a trend.
Yeah.
You have to experience it and understand it, you know? And that was one of those experiences, you know?
That's fire, man. That's fire.
I love that analogy.
That's a beautiful analogy. But now, in terms of like where you've been going in terms of your career, right?
For sure.
Like the music was a point where it's like laser focus on the music, right? And then it kind of took another focus. Like then you were like, okay, cool. The Water Bodega, like you really, really going hard there. And then now it looks like another, re-energized focus into the music, And what puts you in a mode where you are re-energized to be in music mode like that, especially in the climate the music is in right now?
I think the it's always been kind of laser pointing the music when like since that feeling hit, right? like, and it's crazy that we're here. Since TCOB, since when there was a moment I felt a shift in how I approached it to how I can approach it and where I can take it to. So once that feeling hit, it automatically it put me into a different mind space where I'm like, oh, I can't drop this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because, and then when I started experiencing a different level of the music, like, oh, you can earn off the music, you can live off the music. And besides even that, the feeling of being able to shift people's mindsets and rocking different spaces and stages with the music, that completely took me to a whole new plateau. Because for me, I always used to say, like, even like at the heights of South African hip hop, that there's a lot of artists who probably consider themselves better artists than I am, right? Or better rappers than I am, or whatever. But no one is a better performer than I am, because I'm competing in a space where maybe somebody has more radio play, more streams, more downloads, more CDs sold. But when we get on that stage, that crowd is definitely gonna be more entertained by me versus you. You know what I'm saying? That was always my thing, and that's always a big drive, because I'm dealing with the product firsthand to consumer.
Yeah.
Versus like, I make a song, I play it for my boys, you'll like it and say, yeah, let's drop it. We drop it, then it blows up, or it doesn't blow up, or it's a slow burn, whatever it is. I was making the joint, taking it to the people, experiencing that love, and saying, yo, this is a go.
Yeah.
And whether it goes crazy or not, I don't care.
Yeah.
In terms of the back end, because I'm seeing
what the people
I'm
are
seeing
getting.
what it's doing, like with the people immediately. So the tug war with these two things has never been like, I always wanted it to go together. So it's always been like, yo, but because I've always mostly worked by myself, to pull these two trains at the same time is not a joke. You get what I'm saying? So whenever I get a moment or a feeling on this side, I pull this side. Whenever I get a moment or a feeling on this side, I pull this side. So the first time I opened the store in Brom, it was one of those like, it's long overdue. And also, yo, I'm tired of, I've done this 9 provinces around and around. I need to do something else that can make me not feel some type of way about being on the road. So let's open the store. So that was the purpose of the store. And then when I realized that the store had an energy bigger than just selling clothes, then it was something else, you know what I mean? And then COVID hit, you know? Yeah. But that's always been kind of how I see it. It was never like, oh, maybe let me leave this for now and go there, and let me leave this for now and go there. It's always like, for me, I gotta look fly, and then preferably I'd only like to wear my own product.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I can wear my own product, if I can create product, wear it, shoot the video while wearing my own product, I'm winning.
It's a win-win.
It's
Yeah.
a win-win.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I saw it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've always had that thing where I low-key don't like people wearing my stuff.
Or how they wear your stuff.
How they wear my stuff.
I know exactly.
It took me a long time to get to a point where I separated the two things.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yo.
Because you always release like minimum quantities of your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's always
okay.
small runs.
Yeah.
Very small runs. I'd make like it'll literally be like, I'll get inspired, make a run, and then maybe sometimes be put off by somebody who wore it wrong.
And then be like, nah.
Maybe it's calm.
Let's
Let's move on.
Let's go somewhere else.
Let's change the topic. You know, sometimes it's like that. You know, it's tough, but it took me a long time to get to a point where I'm like, bro, this is an extension of you again.
Yeah.
Right? But because like the difference between the clothing and the music is like the music, you have to feed the people. Like with the music, you can make 1,000 songs, and all in your mind, all these songs are the best songs you've ever made. And then you play for one person, and it's the worst song you've ever made. You know what I'm saying? Like that juxtaposition is so weird.
Yeah.
But with clothing, it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things where even the music, it doesn't matter. But with clothing, it's like, because taste is subjective in terms of clothes and how we look. Some people want to look a certain way to fit in, and some people want to look different. So it's tricky to get that one like 100% to spot on.
Yeah.
Like with music is like there's things that you probably listen to that nobody knows you listen to.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
That's true.
But it's hard to say that I have clothes that nobody knows I wear.
Your pajamas.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Your pajamas.
People take selfies in pajamas. There's no piece of clothing besides your underwear.
Yeah.
That is a personal thing. Where even now it's not personal anymore.
Yeah. Especially now.
Especially now.
Accessory now.
Yeah. No,
So there's nothing.
And with
really.
clothing, it's like how you feel. If I feel fly, by the
Nobody
time
can
you
tell
make
me
an
nothing.
opinion, it's like
It's too
bro,
late.
It's late.
It's late. It's late. You're in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah.
By the time you make an opinion, you're in trouble because now everybody saw you.
Yeah. it's done. It's done.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. But you just answered one of the questions that I've had in my mind for the longest time about artists or people who do work and who they imagine. Like if you're an artist, like
a painter.
fine artist, or even a designer.
Yeah.
Like if they ever see people buying their things or wearing their things, I'm like, and then they go, I don't make this for you.
Yeah.
For me, it's not really like I don't make it for you. It's like I could tell. For me, I used to have this stress where I feel like I could tell you in a costume you're trying to do something. So that was my problem. But then I realized, like, I had to unlearn the fact that most people are wearing or listening or eating or speaking to hide something else.
But is that the, like the stylist side of your brain
It's.
or the designer?
I think that part where I think like that is the human me. Is the human me where I'm just seeing the raw person and I'm like, the stylist, the designer, I'm like, I could tell you, yo, you could put this together like this. This is how you actually take it there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or the designer's like, yo, the silhouette, maybe you got that wrong.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. I get it, whatever.
Yeah.
But the human me looks beyond the costume. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why for me, it's like half the time when I say, whenever I try go, whenever I barely get as fly as I used to in terms of wearing other people's products or brands or whatever, because sometimes I feel like that covers my true expression, right? For me, when I wear my brand, is my true expression.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and most of my time, like for me, it's like that's
you.
that's me. That's my original thought.
Yeah.
This is how I see myself, and this is how I think you should see me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when I'm wearing, if I had to wear designer brands, right? I could be anybody.
Yeah. You kind of fit in.
Even if you're standing out, think about Kanye, right? Right? Think about Kanye when he's been on his vouchers mode with the black biker shades. His attitude looks and sounds the way he's dressed. If he's standing in a picture still, you can hear him speaking.
You get it.
Because of you understand what I'm saying? And for me, that's how I view people. Like when I see you, your outfit tells me how you kind of are to a certain extent, not 100%. Like it can tell me what type of day you're having. It's like a weird thing. Like it can tell me like I've been spot on sometimes to tell somebody like, yeah, you're not having a good day today. Hey, bro. And it's like, yeah, how do you know? I'm like, bro, you look, bro. Your shit is everywhere.
You look like a day, my nigga.
You might have switched socks.
You woke up on the wrong side, huh?
You didn't do your bed this morning. That's bad. I can see you. Like, it's telling, bro. It's telling. It's like even the music, it's telling when somebody is cosplaying. It's telling.
And the music is worse. Yeah.
It's worse.
It's worse.
I want to know your take on how you deduce that from a music perspective, because the way that you described it from a fashion perspective is crazy. But how do you put that into music?
The cosplaying is like, it's like I look at it like this. You get different type of musicians, right? You get guys who are real life musicians who talk about their real lives or talk about other people's real life experiences, but how they felt them or how it came across to them, and you feel it in how they talk about it. Then you get guys who are talking about their own personal experiences from first person, second or third person perspective, depending on what the information is, right? And then you get guys who are method actors, right? Method actors, you get those guys who, when they can look at you and say, yeah, man, I think Farah's this type of character, lifestyle, likes this type of places. Then for 6 months, deal with you. Make an album.
Live you.
Yeah. That album is you. Drop the album. You're like, I relate. No, nigga, it's you.
It's you.
Yeah.
It's not.
You're not relating. It's you.
You're not relating. It's you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then you get guys who look at what's happening. There's like 4 people, 5 people in a room.
Yeah.
And say, oh, this is what's happening in the streets, or this was okay. I'm gonna try make these person one person.
Yeah. Try and take something, make one.
And, and then you get a guy, the 5th character, which is like, oh, you made that? Oh, what is the new sound? We're doing what right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. You get those guys.
Yeah.
So that's how, and you can hear it in tone, you can hear it in subject matter. Because it's like, for me, I've got this interesting theory when I listen to new rappers or certain rappers or any type of genre. I'll say to my homies, like, this is what he was trying to do. They're like, you're hating. I'm like, watch how he's not going to be able to do it again. Because it's not him. Like, this is where he was trying to take it. It's like, for me, it's like, I come from an era where cats, like Frat Pack as a duo, used to compete as rappers together. It was they had an internal beef, unspoken. He was out
sibling rivalry.
Civil rivalry. He's outperforming him. You know what I mean? The streets saying, "Yo, he's gonna be the guy." And like, I'm seeing this guy. He's the guy. He's producing. He's the rapper. He's going hard. And he's his biggest fan, like it's a mess, right? And then
Too many things happening.
A lot of things happening, but then you get cats where I watch cats do boom bap. That's why for me, I always say I don't respect boom bap rappers because I'm like
that's a subject all on its own.
I'm like, I don't respect boom bap rappers because a lot of boom bap rappers can't actually rap because the boom bap formula is ABC to every rapper.
Yeah. It's formulaic.
It's formula.
It's the easiest. It's the easiest
It's
base.
the building ground.
It's the base.
Fundamentals.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for me,
Boom, boom,
and that's why when I say to you, like, oh, I felt the switch when we did that because I felt like I was listening to these cats really be rapping, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt a switch when I was like, I'm attacking different types of beats from a different approach.
Yeah, it was a different pocket.
You get what I'm saying? So for me, it was like,
What the hell is this?
done. I'm out of here. I'm done with the boom bap shit. Like, I'm in a different space. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like a lot of cats try sell you fool's gold in the form of realness. Like, yo, I can really do this because
like,
it's that boom, boom. That's why for me, when we see that joint between J. Cole and what's his name?
Benny.
No.
Yachty.
No, the other homies from who does the Staten Island homies, the new Staten Island, the guy with the
Conway.
Not Conway, the other homie, the one that came to SA.
Benny.
Benny. The joint with J. Cole and Benny. For me, it's a good example of somebody who only stays in one form of practice and somebody who went to different classes of practice, coming back to your thing and then saying,
smacking you.
And you're like, oh, but I'm the guy. Like, nah, Papa. You have to go there and come back.
They say, what do I bring to the crew? I say
validity.
What?
At that stage of the game, not validity.
I remember listening to that like
validity.
Yeah, we love watching that line.
They say, what did they do for the game? What didn't we do?
Right, Cole comes in like, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because he went there.
Yeah.
He heard 21. He's 21 was cooking. He said, hey, like this.
Yeah.
Then he went there. He heard Uzi.
Yeah.
Said, like this. Drake then came back and said, what are you saying? Validity. The rain was pouring.
The rain was pouring. That verse there.
Yeah, and bear in mind, at that time,
This
on
is-
paper,
yeah.
you expected Benny to kill it.
Yeah.
It's automatic.
Yeah, you expected, like, because
Yeah.
you know, like, sometimes J. Cole has, like, some corny lines.
Questionable
Yeah,
bars,
questionable,
yeah.
like, bars.
He's-
You're like,
originally,
yeah.
if anybody that's a scholar of this game, of this genre, you know that there's, to a certain degree, J. Cole corny. You know what I mean? The warm up, like all that stuff.
Like that.
All that stuff.
No, I'm with you.
I listened to those projects. Corny. The only time he unlocked something was Forest Hill for me. Personally. Forest Hill.
Born Sinner,
he
he was trying to cook.
Born Sinner, he was trying to cook.
Yeah, nalbo crop top nyana marisha. So it was like, yeah.
No, there were moments, though. There's, like
Forest Hill.
spurts. Like, even, like, what's that? Lights, Please? Lights, Please was
Yeah.
a fire joint.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, he did.
but Friday Night Lights, come on, gotta give him. Friday Night
but
Lights.
Friday Night Lights was competing with Drake. And
Yeah, that's why it didn't come out as
Big
an album.
Sean at the time.
Yeah, that's why it didn't come out as an album.
Kid Cudi at the time.
Yeah,
those
the
projects
game was
were
different.
insane.
The game was different.
That
Yeah,
was
the game was different.
when you're
But that
listening to
was a
those
good,
projects versus that project, you're like, this guy needs to stay in the studio. Stay in the studio. Jay-Z was right.
Yeah, when he said,
We
like,
have
okay,
to respect
whoa.
Jay-Z on that front. Keep this man in the studio. And him keeping him in the studio gave us what we have now.
I guess.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because imagine if we gave him Young Money fame then. What was he going to do to us, that guy?
Yeah, because he was trying to
He'd
win
be a
nice
gotta
watch.
gotta.
That guy was going to be gotta.
I'm gotta.
No Stevie Wonder.
I put it on him. So he was definitely going to gotta.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he had to go through pseudo Rasta. Actually, guys, I'm black.
Yeah.
He had to do all
Hey,
of
he
that.
had to go and get eaten by like Trey Songz on a song, dog.
Yes.
Even in the video, looking like, yo, this is
He had
not
to
your
be
song.
he had to be touched, though.
Yeah.
Pause. He had to be touched.
Funny, right?
Oh, man. J. Cole, yeah, it's not really my cup
He's
of
not
tea.
your cup of
so,
tea.
yeah.
I think he's a great brander.
But still, back to the question: how do you see it in music? In like music, like how do you see like, okay, this one?
Yeah,
is
like
not
I
this
said,
guy.
it's like from like the cadence, how when you first listen to the song, how they approach, because like nothing is new under the sun. So when I hear a song, I'll hear, sometimes you hear where the influences come from immediately. Like where somebody's either trying too hard to be like the influence or be better than the influence, or if the word, how they even tell the story of whatever they're talking about. You know what I mean? If you use the safe words automatically, the quick safe words, racks,
Stacks.
beads, packs, hood, dog, cook. I'm like, okay, now let me see you validate the information of the safe words. Because we got the safe words. Cool. You in.
Yeah.
But now does the story validate? Does it come together?
Does it come together nicely?
But now when it doesn't come together, then it's like, my brother,
Yeah.
you couldn't wait to finish.
Yeah.
You couldn't wait to finish this verse. And then when the hook comes, you're like, the hook also has safe
Yeah.
words.
It's like that's it.
It's like, then when you see the person, you're like, oh, cosplaying.
You see, this cosplaying word, man, is
Cosplaying. It's cosplaying.
Without mentioning who's cosplaying, I was going to take
I just cosplay.
No. I mean, like locally, I want you to point out who's authentic.
Yo, it's a tough one, man. MT is authentic.
Big hustle.
Yeah, Big Hustle is authentic. Because if he's not authentic, he's been in character for a long time.
He's taking this method acting
Yeah.
serious. If he's not real,
Yeah,
he's serious.
Because even Mr. Bean came out of character at some point. You know,
Like ATM as a crew. quite an authentic like energy in terms of what they do.
Yeah.
There's no cosplaying there. 25. 25, there's a lot of real energy in his music, right? There's a lot, like he's not, and he doesn't look, he can't play new characters. And I think that's what's hurting him with the evolution of the game, is like he's in a space where the game is expecting him to, okay, show us a new character.
Yeah.
He's like, Doug, this is it.
This is me, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wasn't playing.
That's
I wasn't playing.
That's the problem. Like the game is expecting, okay, we saw that.
Yeah.
We saw that character. Now we
Show
want
us the reformed.
Show us the reform. Show us, and it's not. They're not allowing him to
evolve.
In that realm that he's this universe that he's creating for himself. And that's what I always say. Like a lot of like our country is too small for you to only rap in one language.
I hear that.
It's too small.
I hear that.
And it's too small for you to rap in one language, and it's also too small for you to be ignorant enough to think that you are dope enough in your language for somebody in KZN to listen to you rap in Tswana, say, oh, this is dope, without you doing anything that reaches there. Whether in context, conversation, sound related, anything. We come from an era, we come from a generation of like, Josie made.
What's your name, my man?
Yeah, they made Joburg hip hop, but the Sonics were inspired by KZN village music, right? Which made kids want to be into that.
Yeah,
it was a blend. So we come from a country of blends. But we are stuck in this thing of like, everybody thinks I'm lit enough to be in my own corner and dominate.
Do you know what's funny?
Which is insane to me.
Funny you say that. This one time I was listening to Chiskop, Mendoza's old group.
Yeah.
And for a long time I thought Zulu guys, whatever. But then there was a song where they singing in Tswana, or, you know, I was like, oh, I never knew that they did that, you know. And when you think about old Kwaito albums, there'd be one song.
Even Tebe.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Tebe is
Like one
Tebe
song
goes
would
with
closer.
Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody.
Yeah.
That's how the thing, I mean, bringing it even closer to home. Like Ricky, was it Silukotin? Is a Xhosa song. That's a Xhosa trap song.
Gwedin.
Silukotin,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a Xhosa trap song.
Yeah.
I'm so bad. I thought it was all Zulu.
No, even the Gwedin is like.
I mean, it's the same thing with like Zulu people. They hear Tswana, Sotho, Pedi.
Yeah, it's the two major groups.
Yeah.
So two.
It's like, yo,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. So it's all these things where the conversation I'm having now is like, yo, man, it's sad. That's why even the lifespan of certain things is so much shorter.
Yeah.
Because if it was like the whole country, one language, imagine the magic that would come out. And imagine the reach. Imagine but we can't, because we're only everybody deals with their group respectively, unless it becomes pop. When it's a pop record, it goes nationwide. You get a nationwide run. But even then, even if it's pop, sometimes it doesn't go. You don't get a good nationwide run, because if we're being honest, Sosh Plata is definitely one of the best hip hop songs that's come out in the past 3 years, right? But I don't think like Sosh Plata, Latin Over Pounds got to go to KZN and really infiltrate those spaces like that.
Funny you say that. He sent out a tweet saying he doesn't understand how so many Zulu people like his music.
Because you know why? Because and the craziest thing, I was having a conversation with the big OG from GP Gangsters.
Damn it.
Damn.
Yeah.
You went back.
Yo.
Yeah. They've got a store in town. GP Gangsters, dope store by Capello's in town in Marshalltown. And we're just talking hip hop, whatever. And then Sosh Plata came up. And I was like, yo, man, the song is really dope, but I just hate the fact that it doesn't, like, the kids don't get an opportunity to go perform their music in spaces where people don't understand.
barrier,
The language barrier is a problem, right? And maybe they do, we don't know. And he was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, I haven't heard any other joints besides that, because the feature stuff, I'm like, the feature stuff don't reflect his capabilities. Because I went to go listen to the album.
So good.
So good.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a great album.
So good.
Yep.
Right?
He's good.
I was like, this is a great album.
Also, he goes on features.
But the features,
Maybe not as fully as he does, but
the
he
songs
goes.
are trash.
Hectic.
Let's be honest. Like for me personally, if you go listen to the boy's album and you listen to the songs he gets featured on, none of those features are giving the boy legs. That's what a feature's supposed to do.
So the features don't have context. The album does.
True. Sosh Plata has context.
Yeah.
As a song.
Yeah. Yeah.
The features are not giving him legs.
I think because
That's my thing.
Yeah.
It's like you had a big single.
Yeah.
Phenomenal album.
Yeah.
The features are drawing from your success and not pushing.
Are you saying he's not getting? It's
Like the
more-
songs are not for me. The songs ain't banging. For me.
Some
It's subjective.
Like, it's subjective. It's subjective because I would say because a lot of them aren't positioned to go. You know what I mean? I think only one was positioned to really go, is in terms of like
Ish.
it being a single. No, Ish is his.
No, it's just his.
Oh, it's his.
I know when
But
they
you
made
see
it,
the
it was party
positioning of
times.
how he thinks.
Yeah. But his
That's
positioning,
what I'm
you know?
saying.
But
How he thinks.
Which one was?
but
Unless you're going
Go ahead,
to
Les.
talk about the Ziggy 4 times.
No,
feature.
not. I wasn't talking about that one. I would say that the biggest one, or the one that potentially could be Big Dog. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
as in
when you
just
saw,
me,
that song, how it translated to the crowd at like Mufftown Heights, and like a huge crowd, and that song is not from particularly a super huge mainstream artist.
Which
But
song was
that's Tato Soul, Nova, and Flo
I'd
Jones,
love-
Big Dog.
Big
That
Dog
joint
isn't just
is
weird.
big. You know what I mean? And it's street big, and potentially could be something else. You know what I mean? The other joints are
know the joint.
are album
Album
cuts.
cuts,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like so they don't give it that super shine. The reason why you would get that shine is because he's with big tier artists. You know what I mean? He's with a 25K, and you're like, yo, man, this guy, he's going toe to toe with 25. You know what I mean? The other feature, he's with Madlera, and he's going
holding
toe.
his own. Yeah,
He's
he's
holding
holding
it.
his own,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? He's really holding his own. You know, like,
yeah.
this is not just
kid is dope.
jiggy. It's not jiggy shit. You know what I mean? This kid is he's
dope.
very lit. So I just think some of the joints aren't positioned to you
go
know
like that.
to go like that. You know?
I hear you.
I will say, thinking about it now, he might have a point, because I don't think there's any feature that he's done that's bigger than Sosh Plata.
Yeah. Nothing
but-
is even compared.
And that-
Yeah.
and
But that's what he's saying.
what I'm
That's
saying.
what
I'm saying.
The
That's-
songs that
No.
are done are not positioned to outdo Sosh Plata. It's album cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's the
that's
thing,
agreeing with
that's
what he's saying.
That's agreeing with what I'm saying.
So making it an album cut is not making it trash. Though. That's what I'm saying.
No. But you see, when I say trash, is that I'm listening to the joint. I'm not listening to the joint as your fan.
Okay.
Your album cut is for your fans.
I hear.
I'm not your fan.
Yeah.
Let's get that out the way. Out the gate, I ain't the fan.
I don't know.
Stilo.
I ain't your fan.
I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
I'm keeping it about. What I'm saying is that the joint, when I hear it, that joint don't hit like Sosh Plata. The boy got you doing this boy an injustice by putting him on a record that don't hit even like like you can't mix Sosh Plata and then mix this joint.
I hear.
And as soon as you hear that ding, Sosh Plata is
Bro,
like,
for me, it's like, and I'm not saying that, oh, it's gotta be a hit. No,
Yeah.
bro. The joints, dog, there's a lot of beautiful music that a lot of artists have across the world. That is phenomenal. That is not a hit, that doesn't have millions of streams. That, you know what I mean? There's lots of music. But a lot of these songs, it's almost like, because also there's a lot of, remember, like I was saying, we spoke about all these different characters, cats that cosplay, cats that are like method actors, cats that are real, cats that
100%.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of cats who wait for a trend and copy the trend. So I feel like some of these sounds, it's a lot of that. Like, oh, this is the wave, or let's try hop this wave. and you can't hop on a wave.
Like, you know, when you're talking about waves, right? And this is like also you being so vocal about cosplaying, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, I think it was like maybe 2014 around there, taxi drivers going crazy, you know what I mean? What Maluma is doing is going crazy, how he's dancing. Yeah. And you guys also have Diddy in the cut, you know what I mean?
Pause.
Yeah, not that Diddy.
Not that
Diddy Monster. Diddy Monster.
Don Delicious.
Don Delicious, as you know him now.
Formerly known as Diddy Monster. You know what I mean? Formerly known as Diddy Monster. And then, you know what I mean? I remember he was coming up with crazy dances, him and Malums, and you also there, you coming up with crazy dances. And then you had, that was a wave, right? And then you got Casper, who comes in, and then he also comes through with the dance tutorials as well. And
he stole the dance.
let's keep
it a buck.
I'm walking this dog. I'm walking this dog.
You're walking right. Don't walk it into the. Don't walk it in the gun.
I'm walking this dog.
I say it's a TikTok clip happening.
I'm walking this dog. We're gonna walk this dog. We're gonna walk it adequately, right? Right. Malums and Diddy come out the gate, say, "Yo, stop stealing our ish."
Actually, let me give you the real information. The taxi driver dance was created by myself and Malums.
100.
The videos on YouTube.
100.
Pop bottles.
That's where the actual moves. Like Malums had like an idea for a taxi driver dance that he was doing, but when you see the moves that become the moves of the dance, that video is the evidence. The moves I'm doing.
That's the genesis.
That's the genesis of it.
Who was wearing a green?
He was. He was the green.
I was actually dancing. I don't want to say
we linked on that video.
Y'all can watch it.
Y'all can watch it.
This is after Taxi Driver, because remember from Taxi Driver, Gusheshe happened and all of that jazz. Yeah. But now, but then he puts out a dance. Diddy puts out the video on Instagram. He's dancing. Casper puts out the video dancing, similar to the Diddy joint. And then Diddy and Malums call out Casper at the time. This is like, but who comes to Casper's defense? Stilo. And says, yo, we don't have to do this. Like, you know what I mean? We don't have to do, yo, you took this dance, you're jumping on this wave. You know what I mean? And I believe, I could be wrong, I believe Ricky was also on the side of, yo, let's not do this. You know
100%.
What I mean? Yeah. But now we fast forward to 2024 when, you know, the internet is having Casper for like the wedding and joints like that. His personal stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And then enter Stilo, very vocal on pointing out that, you know what I mean? And pointing out that, are you cosplaying or what's going on? Yeah. So what's that shift in energy from, yo, let's not do this to, and like, yo.
I think you know what it is. Like, it's one thing for me, if I rock with you, I rock with you the whole time. Like if we good, if you give me good energy, I give you good energy, right? But if you see a certain character trait from me, right? And you've seen it throughout 10 years, 20 years of us knowing each other. And then at some point you say, or at some point you've called it out, or it's been called out. And then at some point you also say, yo, man, I see that you do this. You know what I'm saying? I can never be mad at you if you feel some type of way about how certain character traits I have, right? So when it came to saying, yo, man, let's not talk, let's squash the beef about, let's not beef about the dance. It's because, like I said, like a couple of seconds ago, the genesis of the dance came from more than just one person. If me, as a part owner of this entity, is saying, it's calm.
It's fine, I give him my half.
Like it's yo. Because for me, the growth and evolution of what we do is how far it can go through other people. But my biggest problem is when you take what I do and make it seem like it's yours. You can't expect me to go shop and cook the food, put it in front of you, but you won't let me sit down and eat with you. That's crazy to me. You get what I'm saying? So when he took the dance, it was like, we thought you were cool. But over the years, you started shedding your skin and showing us who you really are. So in 2024, you went too close. You flew too close to the sun because you flew too close to me. And you started hurting people I love, that I hold dear. Creations you can steal, but you'll never finish me, right? Because that's why I can still do it. Right? Like, you can have more fame, you can have more, I don't know, I can't say money, but you can have more whatever, you can have whatever you think you have. But when it comes to this thing that God gave us of creation, I really be cooking. Like, that's just my thing.
Yeah.
So that I can always share. I've had arguments with Cool Cat back in the day about like things that became elements of his artist branding that I was like, yo, I did that first, right? And it was arguments before Cats blew up. Because for me, it was like, and those were my Genesis lessons on understanding that, bro, you got it in terms of creation. Don't be arguing with Cats about, oh, you stole, that's my slang. Oh, I came up with that. The more you stuck on that, the more they running with what you doing, and they doing something else. Yeah. It's like a person that only knows 5% of a language speaks all the time versus somebody that knows 100%.
Yeah.
Right? Because you always trying to get it grammarly correct or whatever. But the person with broken English is moving, getting in and out of rooms, speaking.
Papa Bane.
You know, speak short, chief. Moving. You with your full English. Stuck. Can't go anywhere.
Too many words to think about.
Too many words to think about. Putting sentences together. So for me, if it's about creation, it's about creativity.
Yeah.
It's the creation is supposed to move. If you create something and if it didn't move, then it wasn't good enough. That's how I see creation. But if your cosplaying starts getting too personal and starts hurting people that I care about, then it's something else. Because if somebody had to hurt somebody you care about, and you could say something, you say something.
But you know, as they always say, like, Jabba tried to, I did say, like, you know, it's
then don't do it in public.
Because I'm thinking, like, if they make peace and then
that's okay. I still, whether you make peace or not, I stand. If you my dog, you my dog. If you guys fight, and you my dog, we're fighting. When you guys get back together, you say he's good. We're good, my dog.
Yeah,
that's loyalty. Sometimes people say, that's blind loyalty. What is that gonna do for bro? That's just how I'm wired. We're here today because of how we know each other. Right?
100%.
That's how we're here today. Yeah. We're not here today because, it's a great idea to have Stilo on the show today. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I'm wired. You know what I'm saying? Other people, it's all about moves. Like, it's crazy that we even mentioned like a DD Monster. For DD Monster to get into the scene, DD Monster used to come buy clothes from me at my house in Node.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? DD Monster asked me if, can I please hang out with you? I was like, yeah, sure. Thought he was a cool kid, whatever. Hung out with me. He was my guy, took him to shows. That's how that's how people got to know DD Monster. That's how people got to know Dodo. You know what I mean? Who's...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's like, bro, whatever you can think you are outsmarting the game or the world or everything you do, if everything you do is still connected to the people you hate, you're not doing much, bro. That's how I see the world. If I'm saying, I don't rock with you, I don't want to see you anymore, there's nothing that I'm experiencing in my life in real time that's connected to you or even went through you. There's nothing I do in my career or creatively or ever that's ever had to go through somebody I don't like. Nothing. Nothing. There's no one that can say, we weren't rocking with each other, you still went. And dog, I don't like people's exes. If I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you. That's it.
Child.
But it's not, but my thing is that it's never from a beef standpoint. Because for me, I can never look at you. For me, I look at it like, it got to a point where the older I got, I was like, yo, man, I think I'm going crazy because I don't I'm starting to look at people from a perspective of like these things that we've done or the money we can attain means nothing. But if we want, like, if this was like, God forbid, like slavery or like back in the day where they're invading us, and they have to put us on like cement blocks, butt naked. Do you as a man look at yourself and look at me and say, I am half of a man as this man? I got to a point where I started thinking like that, where it's like, it's beast mode, where it's literally like, you as a man can't stand up to me, bro. If you as a man can't look at me without the things we have.
Oh, okay.
Without the things we have.
Yeah.
And be
So
a
on
man.
principle
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense, though.
What
Makes
are we
sense.
talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because for me, if
If you're talking from a standpoint of like either your job or your money or
everything,
it's-
because
yeah.
when I say put you on that chopping block,
Yeah.
right?
When you have nothing.
We have nothing.
Yeah.
We are being looked at and based on being men.
Yeah.
Can you gather? Can you hunt? Can you run?
Yeah.
Can you whatever you can do? Those are your accolades and those are your traits. Can those things? Can you think? Can you? Do you know what I'm saying? Can you reason?
Yeah.
Those are your things. That's your that's your wealth.
Those are your traits that
Those
count.
are your traits that count. If I can look at you as a man and say, me and you are not on par just based on those things, anything else really doesn't matter because all those things come and go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
I came from nothing, bro. Sleeping on the floor to drop top convertibles, penthouse, bro. So all of that doesn't matter because all that stuff comes and goes. I've seen people have it all. Bro, it means nothing when you can't look at another man and either just give genuine respect, genuine love, or just step out the way.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's how I see it. The rest doesn't matter, bro. And it hurts when it gets to a point where the fame dwindles and it gets weird. Because now nobody gives you even a toe. Nobody respects you outside of what you can do for them.
Yes. Yeah.
Bro, I feel like, dog, right now feels like back in the day. Even 5 years ago felt like, but that's how I see it. Like, in my mind, when I think of Keith, I'm like, yo, man, I still want this nigga to make me some beats. You know what I mean? Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, because your brain has to be wired a certain way. But if I see you and always think that, what can I get up on you?
Yeah.
You must understand that in 5 years, it's going to be a different chat. If you see me, if I see you in a phantom, we can't talk because I either had loaded energy or you had loaded energy. Someone's off. So that's just, that's my take.
I wish more people looked at it like that, though. To be honest.
But maybe that's the crazy guy. Maybe I'm the crazy guy.
Well, you're definitely not the crazy guy.
There's a lot of honesty in looking at it that way. That's the thing, you know.
Maybe I'm the crazy guy.
But maybe it gets crazy. When
You know?
yeah.
No, man.
Wow.
Crazy become the same at some point, you know.
This is true. This is true. Who's saying anyway?
But still in 2025.
Yeah. Still away.
Yeah. Stilo 2025. Stilo
Yeah.
away.
You've cleared the Shein cards. You've
You dodged the red flags, you know?
Yes. The vlogs are delicious.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Very delicious, entertaining.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, man. So Stilo Away, the project's called Stilo Away. What is it called? Better Than Perception. Better Than Perception. Stilo Away, Better Than Perception. Because I think over the years, man, I think in my musical journey, I've had so many. I've been too musically free. Sometimes it's that one where it's like, I wish I was only running on 5%. I would have been a millionaire. Because when you're running on 5% of information, 5% of vocab, 5% of knowledge, 5% of
broken
skill,
English.
yeah, you're moving.
Yeah.
Because that's all you have.
Oh yeah.
When you have more than you got options. Oh,
There's too many options.
I
There.
can do dance music.
Are you?
I can-
I keep saying that. I keep saying that.
So-
When you've got too much that you can do,
It becomes a bit of a problem.
it's hard to say you
Becomes
excel
your
at
Achilles
this.
heel, yeah.
Yeah. Because I started, like when I started off rapping, I was making drum. I rapped in a band. I was
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
drum and bass and stuff.
The video's still up.
Yeah.
The video's still up. Of
Where did my parents go?
Yeah, in that empty house.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like too many options. I should have had 5%. That maybe should have been my only option, or boom bap was my only option, or trap was my only.
I will tell you, there was a 5% that I thought you hit, ne?
Yeah.
When
The Chrome Wave.
he missed that part.
Yeah, the Chrome
Yeah.
Wave is
Yippee
crazy.
after part. You see that era, I was like, this guy's gonna go with this one.
Yeah.
Because everywhere where you perform that,
And we
whether
saw him
people knew it
perform
or
a lot
not,
of times in that
Bro,
time. Yeah.
like Zone 6, when you did that, like
And the switch up into
Bro.
going upbeat.
it was like everyone was like, whether they knew, whether it's the first time or they're expecting it,
Yeah.
it went all the way up. And I
This is the
he's going
Those are
here.
good times, man.
I thought like in my head, I was like, he's going here and like there's no stopping it. Because also at that time, Rome was like doing his thing.
That's you see.
I
That's
mean,
what.
still is, yeah, but
Yeah, a different
the
thing. There was-
introduction to
there was a
Brother Messes,
Yeah, that's what. When I did that, Ricky was like, "Yo, let's drop the album." I was like, "No, dropping the album of this, bro." He's like, "Let's drop the album. Like it's gonna." I was like, "You know why I don't want to drop the album? Because then it eliminates the guy that's gonna make more. It eliminates the guy that's gonna create day off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Catch me on my
It- like
day
it's
off.
it eliminates
Day off.
so many evolutions of who I'm becoming that I'm just like, nah, that's not that could have been great. I could have cashed out, could have made a bag, but that's where the 5% versus the knowing too much came in. If I had the only 5% of Mr. Party, that could have been me. But then maybe if it was me, then I probably would have been with the Chrome guys right now.
Yeah.
Tough to make records, like, because you only have that 5% of creative in you. So, but one thing I realized when I made Cameron Diaz is that I've got the ability to create so many versatile sounds. So that's why for me, most of the time when people ask me, yo, so what's your genre? What do you do? Like, are you a rapper? Do you do dance music? I'm like, I'm an urban artist, but I rap on records. But I'm an urban artist because my sound is diverse. Like I can make an R&B record, I can make a dance record, I can make a hip hop record.
Because even Marijuana is a dance record.
Yeah, that's electric. Yeah, it's like electronic, like techno vibe.
And that dropped this year, ne?
Yeah, that dropped last month.
Yeah.
So like it's so many different things. So I realized that it's sometimes if I imagine if I drop an album, a Chrome album now, one of the biggest things people will say is that I'm not listening to Chrome like that.
Maybe now.
Yes.
But when you did
then it was
it was a different story.
Then it was a home run.
Yeah.
Then it was a home run. But I was also too stubborn to cash out. I was too stubborn to cash out. I'm not gonna lie. Because I was told for months, do this thing. I said, I said, I'll put it on the project, but it won't be the only record. You know what I'm saying? Because because even when you listen to Cameron Diaz, dog, is literally like a compilation. It's like different sounds,
styles and
different styles. So it was like then I learned that, oh no, when I try do one style, it's not. I don't enjoy it myself.
You're not happy.
I'm not happy.
Then that's a problem.
I'm not happy because when I did Tropicana Jig, I'm like, this is one sound, but I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm also getting a bit vulnerable and people are not getting it.
I love Tropicana G.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm getting a bit vulnerable. And
bit
people are not
personal
getting-
there.
Yeah, I was getting a bit personal. I was like, maybe I'm not sure. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this one. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm still in my head. I'm still in my creative head. So when I'm doing other things, when I do 7, I get even more personal because I'm spending so much time by myself. But also in my storytelling, I'm 100% more confident than I was when I was doing those other projects. You know? So when I do Infinite Melanin, I'm like, yo, I always want to make I've always wanted to make R&B projects. Let me introduce it from this perspective. Then I realized that people don't actually care what you do, but they care about how it reaches them.
Yeah.
They don't care what you do.
Yeah.
Well, how do you intend on reaching me, bro?
Yeah.
Like, if you do it too creative,
You lost me. Yeah.
too simple, I didn't think.
Yeah.
Jaddy chance.
I want to feel like I'm
you need a
thinking.
sweet spot.
Yeah, I want to
sweet
feel like that.
spot.
Like,
So-
I get it.
But it's like, the sweet spot also comes from a place of no thought. Trust me.
Yeah, if it's way too thought out, it's a problem.
A sweet spot comes from a place of where,
It's almost a stumble upon.
dog.
It's more so
the
almost a
exp-
natural thing.
Yeah, the best explanation was I was in studio with Kabelo, ne? Khortman Kabelo. Bugalov. He said to me, he's like, dog, hits are like gifts from God. He's like, he has a vault of hits, and every once in a while he'll give you one. But he just needs you in that space to receive it. If you're not in that space, you might not receive it. Even if you're not in that space, you might receive it. But sometimes that's the only gift you'll get.
Yeah. Get
You know
up
what I'm
to
saying?
go meet your
So
luck.
yeah, you get what I'm saying. So it's kind of, you know. So when he said that to me, I was like, oh, I get it. Like, you never know when it's gonna come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've been in sessions with guys where I'm like, I thought guys were phenomenal artists. I thought they were geniuses. When I got in the session,
Can't write a 16 or nothing.
they can't write a 16. They got no ideas. I'm like, oh, God really got me because I got plenty of ideas. I'm like, you take me to the studio right now. I got you. Any genre, I got you.
Yeah.
There's guys can't string nothing together.
Yeah.
Whether dog, and you're like, so how do they get it? And you're
Shout
like,
out to the engineers.
Shout out to the engineers, yo. Shout out to all the engineers.
Big
Shout outs to all the homies in the
producers.
studio, the
Yeah,
producers,
yeah.
the homies in the studio. Shout outs to the girls in the sessions. They give them the content and subject
Yeah.
matters. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about, you never know.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, when I get to 2025, I'm like, yo, man, I've made so much music throughout these past 5 years. And then when I dropped Shein card, people are like, yo, yeah, that's the sound. This is what, like, literally everybody called me, like, yo, that's the joint, that's the joint, that's the joint. And I'm like, cool, yes, that's the joint. But the joint is paired with all this other magic I'm creating around the joint. The joint is great because in hip hop, we rarely do nice things for women musically. It's like a rare thing. Like, it's either like, I love her, and it's like a great.
Oh, I'm apologizing.
Yeah, but it's not like nice things like giving. There's no giving image. Because even in love, you're taking. Because I want you. Will you give me you? Give me your heart. It's not like, just take me. So that thing where it's like we're giving, which comes with actual gifts,
Yeah.
was a home run. It was like, girls, I still get girls to this day. I was gonna be declared that she calls. Like, I get a DM every other day. Like, yo. I'm like, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. Not now. We did that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I get a lot of Shein calls. Like, I spend a lot of money.
No,
Like, you know what I'm saying? So this project for me is like, it's an evolution of all throughout the years. Also my immense growth. Because for me, it's like I like to be honest with my creative processes. Like my immense growth in who I always knew I am and who I'm becoming more than anything. So it's like a crazy one, you know. But I think it's one of those projects I think I have probably had the most fun. And also there's elements of a lot of like deep tier honesty. You know, even though some of the deep tier honesty tracks, the engineers don't want to let go of.
How involved is True Hits on this one?
True's always involved. Like he's whether he's like gonna like help curate the project, produce some of the songs, or help in some kind of direction in terms of where the sound is going. He's always involved, but it's like also one of the first projects where he's very involved from like a third party perspective, where he's not in the sessions for most of the joints. It's like literally most of this project is just literally from my head. It's like, yo, this is where I want to take it. This is the sonics, and because I always think I come up with crazy ideas, like, yo, this is my idea. Yeah. And cats are like, nah, that's not it. But every time I say that's the idea,
it works.
And it works. Because I remember when I did Combo, I came to the homies and I was like, Combo's a dope joint. Like, this hook is gonna be crazy. They're like, nah, I'm not sure.
That was like,
that's the only Boys and Bucks song.
It was like right there.
It was it.
But it's like, you know, when you're in your own world, sometimes you don't. Every other outside idea sounds whack.
Can't you just drop the Boys and Bucks tape? I'm sure you got it on your hard drive.
I'm sure
somewhere.
someone,
Just drop that.
Nah, you can't. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Is it worth it?
That chapter,
Just for old time's sake.
He's super over that chapter.
Yeah, but
I think they all are.
But if you think about it, for me, it's like, it's not even a. For me, it's a great, phenomenal chapter, right? But that's exactly what it is in this book that I'm writing. It's a great chapter.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, that's their life.
That's their book.
That's their book. Yeah. For me, it's like I'll be feeling like, sometimes I'll be feeling like one of the greats. Like I'll be feeling like Kobe. I'll be feeling like LeBron, where it's like I went to Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Did the reality thing. That was a hit. Yeah. And I mean, did the crew rap joint.
That was Miami.
You know what I mean? So I'll be feeling like that. So I'm like, yo, now I gotta, what's this? Yeah. How do I mold this? Where am I going now?
Where's my Lakers now?
Because one thing I could say a lot about these other things, that they have me in common.
Yeah. You're the common denominator.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, y'all have me in common.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I always say love across board. But don't play yourself. Y'all have me in common.
Stilo will remind you that he's Stilo.
Stilo, he vlog,
he'll be composed now, but be like, yo.
I wish we had more time.
I wish, definitely more time.
We need a part 2.
Not even close to done. I'm not even close to done.
Yeah,
definitely need a part 2.
He vlog,
Hey, shout out, man.
Yeah,
this was really dope.
Thank you, man.
Come on.
Thank you.
Come on. How we do?
Take us off.
Talk to them.
Where am I actually? I'm over there, man. Yeah. Shout out to my moms. We out.
Hey, still away.
Ah, man.
Hey, it's always a vibe.
Quotables and quotables and quotables.
Like, he'll be like, you bonus this. I'm like, don't forget.